Campaigning has intensified for the second phase of Lok Sabha elections to be held on 18th of April. 97 constituencies spread over 13 states and union territories will go to polls in the second phase. Addressing a Vijay Sankalp rally in Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh on Sunday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the contribution of Bhimrao Ambedkar on his birth anniversary, saying that it is the strength of the constitution given by him that people from humble backgrounds are holding posts of President, Vice President and Prime Minister. Modi said that the NDA government is committed to the development of all people. He said that government schemes are giving benefits to all under the principle of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, without any discrimination.
मेरे दिल में एक सपना, इतना बड़ा उत्तर प्रदेश, इतने बड़े शक्तिशाली लोग, लेकिन उत्तर प्रदेश को हिंदुस्तान में जो स्थान बनना चाहिए, ये यहां की राजनीति ने बनना नहीं दिया है। जातिवाद की राजनीति ने नहीं बनना दिया है। दुनिया में चेन्नई की चर्चा होती है, बेंगलुरु की चर्चा होती है, मुंबई की चर्चा होती है, अहमदाबाद की चर्चा होती है। मेरे उत्तर प्रदेश की होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? दुनिया के लिए उत्तर प्रदेश सबसे आकर्षण का केंद्र बनना चाहिए कि नहीं बनना चाहिए? क्या उत्तर प्रदेश जैसा इतना बड़ा ताकतवर राज्य एक हाशिए में पड़ा रहेगा क्या? ये हमें मंजूर है क्या? मैं उत्तर प्रदेश को देश की अर्थव्यवस्था में, देश की समाज व्यवस्था में सबसे नंबर 1 पर लाना चाहता हूं।
Prime Minister Modi also addressed a rally in Moradabad yesterday. He said that if BJP comes to power again, there will be no limit of 5 acres in the Kisan Saubhagya scheme. He also promised to give a pension to farmers and small-scale industry workers. PM Modi said that he is aware of the fact that sugar mills are delaying the payment of cane farmers of the region and assured that every single rupee of the dues will be returned.
ये सत्ता के लिए अपनी वोट बैंक को, निश्चित समुदाय को उसके ठेकेदार बनके आज एक दूसरे को बेच रहे हैं, ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं। वहीं आपका ये चौकीदार किसानों के खाते में 12 करोड़ किसानों के खाते में 75,000 करोड़ रुपए ट्रांसफर करने के लिए दिन रात एक कर रहा है। उनको वोट ट्रांसफर करवाना है, मुझे किसान के घर में रुपया ट्रांसफर करवाना है।
And earlier at a rally in Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir, Prime Minister Modi said that he is committed to resettling Kashmiri Pandits in the valley.
आपका सीना तन जाता है कि नहीं तन जाता है? एयर स्ट्राइक सुनते ही आपका गौरव होता है कि नहीं होता है? हर हिंदुस्तान को अभिमान होता है कि नहीं होता है? सेना का मान बढ़ता है कि नहीं बढ़ता है? वीरों का नाम बढ़ता है कि नहीं बढ़ता है? भाइयों और बहनों, जिस प्रकार से सेना के प्रति कांग्रेस का रवैया रहा है, ये देखते हुए मेरा विश्वास पक्का हो गया है कि कांग्रेस को कभी भी देश की सेना पर भरोसा नहीं था।
And electioneering has reached its peak for the second phase of Lok Sabha elections, as only 2 days really are left for the campaigning to end. 97 constituencies spread over 12 states and 1 union territory will go to polls in the second phase on Thursday. Now, top leaders of various political parties are leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. BJP National President Amit Shah is in Gujarat. He will address election rallies in Saurashtra today. He is slated to address a public meeting in Kodinar, which is a part of the Junagadh Lok Sabha seat in the afternoon today. Now, this will be followed by a roadshow and a public meeting in Disa in Banaskantha. A tough electoral battle awaits the BJP in the home state of Prime Minister Modi and BJP President Amit Shah, as the Congress is eyeing big gains in Saurashtra and in North Gujarat. Congress President Rahul Gandhi, along with his sister and party's General Secretary for Uttar Pradesh East, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, will today hold a joint rally at Fatehpur Sikri Lok Sabha seat in Agra, along with the Scindia, who is in charge of the UP West. The trio is expected to hold a roadshow in support of Congress candidate Raj Babbar. And besides, the Congress leaders are also expected to address the joint rallies in Aligarh and in Nagina Lok Sabha seats on the same day. All these three seats, Fatehpur Sikri, Aligarh and Nagina in Uttar Pradesh, will vote in the second phase of Lok Sabha elections on 18th of April. The counting of votes will take place on 23rd of May. Unlike the other 7 seats in western Uttar Pradesh, which are going to polls in the second phase of this election, where the contest really is between the SP, BSP, RLT combined, and the fight in this city is directly between the BJP and the Congress. And apart from Fatehpur Sikri, Rahul Gandhi will also be in Maharashtra and Gujarat today. Rahul Gandhi will address a public meeting in Bhavnagar district of Gujarat, and the Congress president will also address a public meeting in Nanded in Maharashtra. And BSP Supremo Mayawati is slated to address public meetings at Aligarh and in Amroha. Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav will campaign in Kasganj and in Moradabad today. And UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will hit the election campaign trail in Odisha. During his one-day visit to the state, Yogi will attend public rallies in Rourkela, Angul and Phulbani. Odisha is one of the key eastern states where the Saffron Party has placed high hopes on making significant gains. The Lok Sabha and Assembly elections are being held simultaneously in the state in 4 phases. And Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra held a roadshow in Assam's Silchar on Sunday. In her first election campaign outside the state of Uttar Pradesh, Priyanka Gandhi said that the Congress gave special status to Assam, but the BJP withdrew it. She said that the central government has not been able to resolve many issues in the state. She also urged people to read the party's manifestos carefully before deciding to vote for a candidate. Silchar is witnessing a tough contest between the BJP and BJP's Rajdeep Roy Bengali, the sitting MP Sushmita Dev, who is the Congress candidate here.
जागरूक बनिए, वोट डालने जाएंगे तो मेरी ये बात याद रखिए, नीतियां और नियत दोनों सही होनी चाहिए। और आपको मालूम होगा कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के जो नए घोषणा पत्र में है, बहुत ऐसी चीजें लिखी हैं जो आपकी भलाई के लिए है। आपको घोषणा पत्र ध्यान से पढ़ना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम समझते हैं कि वोट है, नेता आता है, भाषण देता है, हम जाके अपना मन बनाते हैं, लेकिन घोषणा पत्र पढ़िए।
Our colleague Kriti Mishra is joining us live from Bengaluru at the moment. A very good morning, Kriti. So Bengaluru is one of the cities that will be voting on 18th of April in the second phase of election. So tell us about the mood really that you have been able to capture in the north, the south and of course the central Bengaluru seats.
Well, an interesting contest is there in Bengaluru segment. Remember, there's Bangalore North, there's Bangalore Central, there's also Bangalore Rural. Talking about Bangalore South, there's very interesting contest between BJP's Greenhorn Tejaswi Surya and Congress's veteran BK Hariprasad. In the Central also, it's a very interesting contest between Congress's Rizwan and the sitting MP of BJP, PC Mohan. Remember, as far as Karnataka is concerned, the BJP has set the target of winning 20 to 22 seats, where in 2014 it had won 17 seats. We've seen how the BJP has been upping the ante against the Congress-JDS combined. The BJP has also been accusing this combined of financial shenanigans. Meanwhile, the Congress and the JDS, they have also been accusing BJP of peddling false promises and false narrative. But the biggest challenge between the Congress and the JDS combined is that of transfer of votes, because remember, these two sides have been fighting each other politically for decades now. But the leaders have come together. Would the workers also come together? That is a big question, and that remains to be seen. Aishwarya?
Of course, the Congress there citing its 2018 election record, saying that it is hopeful that this record will continue as well. But of course, the BJP is citing really the difference between the two coalition partners ahead of the elections there. Thank you so much, Akriti, for all those updates there from Bengaluru. And now talking about Tamil Nadu, well, DMK's senior leader TKS Ilangovan has said that many students have suffered due to NEET and they are in favor of scrapping it for Tamil Nadu. He even said that the bypolls to the assembly seats will be swept by the DMK alliance. Our correspondent Rajat Ken brings us this report.
We're joined with senior DMK leader Mr. TKS Ilangovan. So thanks for joining us. So what are the main issues which DMK is contesting, or rather DMK alliances is taking fight to the opponents in this poll?
There is a difference between the DMK's demands, some of the demands, and the DMK alliance's demands. One is that the state, we have certain issues with regard to the state, like NEET exam, which we were opposing right from the beginning. So we wanted NEET to be stopped, abolished.
How differently do you see this election, considering two of the stalwarts of Dravidian politics, Mr. Karunanidhi and Ms. Jayalalitha? They both are not here. So is this election different? Is this election about the next generation of Tamil Nadu politics?
Yes, definitely, because there is a change of leadership. Two stalwarts suddenly light is no more. It is a great change, because the state had seen great leaders in them, in both of them.
So lastly, I mean, given your alliance with the Congress and in the assembly polls, you were behind by fraction of vote, by 1% or 2%.
Yes.
How do you see Lok Sabha polls? What is a possible scenario? Are you confident of numbers, or you think, I mean, the alliance is on the track?
Yes, because we are confident that we will get 35 plus seats in the Lok Sabha. And in the assembly, all the 22, because the assembly segment is 1/6 of the parliament segment. And the people's anger and their wish for a different government is very well seen. We think in the assembly elections we will all win all the 22. Whereas in the parliament, we may go up to 35, not less than 35.
Thank you, sir. So there we have senior DMK leader Mr. TKS Ilangovan explaining as to what are the issues the DMK is highlighting in these polls, or to say the DMK alliance will be highlighting in the campaign of the general elections in Tamil Nadu. With camera person MS Suresh and Pradeep Kumar, Rajat Kane for Rajya Sabha TV.
Kane is now joining us live from Chennai. Rajat, a very good morning. So polling in all the 39 parliamentary constituencies in Tamil Nadu will be held in the second phase. And in Chennai, of course, there are 3 Lok Sabha constituencies. And ruling AIADMK had, swept both the assembly and the Lok Sabha elections last time. How does the contest look like this time?
Well, Aishwarya, contest is pretty much open this time around. We have seen for decades that Tamil Nadu politics has been quite polarized on two figures of Karunanidhi and Jayalalitha. Now, with both of them post their demise absent from the scene, now we have the next generation of both these Dravidian parties, the AIADMK and the DMK, along with the respective alliance with the BJP and the Congress and other parties who are contesting these polls. There are entry of other players as well, like TTV Dinakaran, which is leading a faction of AIADMK, who claims to have a sizable number of Tewar community votes. Now, these votes are important for ADMK, especially in southern Tamil Nadu. While we have seen the ADMK traditionally doing well in the rural areas of South Tamil Nadu, this time around, DMK is resting its hope with a split of votes in the Tewar community. The result benefit would be to the DMK alliance. Now, as I just mentioned that we have seen a highly split sort of, I beg your pardon, highly polarized verdict in decades to come. Either it has been a sweep by the DMK alliance or the ADMK alliance, but with the absence of these two stalwarts, the politics in Tamil Nadu looks fairly open. We may not see a clean sweep, yet a lot of experts here, a lot of analysts here are saying it is advantage DMK alliance.
All right. Thank you so much, Rajat, for all those updates there from Tamil Nadu. And our colleague now, Anu Diwan, is also joining us. She's joining us from Sundargarh in Odisha. Very good morning, Anu. So as far as Odisha is concerned, of course, both the electioneering obviously has also here gained pace ahead of the second phase of elections here. So tell us about the contest here in the second phase.
A very good morning, Aishwarya. Definitely the second phase, campaigning for the second phase will be ending tomorrow. But the second phase is really important for all the political parties. As you are aware that Naveen Patnaik, who is contesting from 2 assembly seats, will be undergoing voting for these in the second phase only, Hinjli and Bejipur. So this contest is really important for him, as this will lock the fate of Naveen Patnaik in this second phase. If we talk about BJP, BJP was the party who won the one Lok Sabha seat from Sundargarh, which is also going the voting for in the second phase only, from where the cabinet minister Jewel Ram is contesting. So we can see that this second phase is important for all the political parties who will be locking their fate. The public will be locking their fate on 18th of April. So if we talk about the second phase, there are 5 Lok Sabha constituencies, and each constituency hold an utmost importance for all the political parties. If you talk about Kandamal, which will be also undergoing voting on 18th of April, is a BJD candidate who is a Rajya Sabha MP, Achute Samant, who is contesting on the Lok Sabha seat, will be trying his fate in these elections only. So Naveen Patnaik, there are very big names, Naveen Patnaik, Jewel Ram, Achute Samant, who are all undergoing elections in the second phase. And if we talk about the third phase, from where the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be campaigning tomorrow in Bhubaneswar and Sambalpur. So these second and third phase are really important and hold a very key and very VIP contestant in these.
Absolutely. The fate of a number of VIP candidates also to be decided in the second phase of elections in Odisha. Thank you so much, Anu, for joining us and giving all those details there. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has ordered repolling in 4 centres in Naxal-infested Gadchiroli-Chimur Lok Sabha constituency of Maharashtra. The voting started at Vatali and 3 polling centres at 7 in the morning and will conclude at 3 p.m. An encounter took place between security forces and Naxals in Gadchiroli when a polling party was returning on Thursday evening. The Naxal-affected districts also witnessed IED blasts at 2 other places on 11th of April.